Okay, so today we are doing a retouch relaxer, possibly a short, not short, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say a short kind of cut, but that's wrong. A cut, but not short. I'm only taking a short piece of hair. There we go. Let me say it the right way. So my client is salt and pepper throughout her entire head. Her ends can tell definitely need to be maintained. And then she also has been dealing with a good amount of shedding. And that's the reason why I wanted to do this video, because this is really for more for informational purposes, where a lot of you who have relaxers kind of don't understand this concept. And relaxer is really not something that you guys want to play with, right? So when I say relaxer is not something you guys want to play with, I mean, when you have a relaxer, there are certain requirements that your hair has once you get that relaxer. And when I say certain requirements, that means that your hair, to forward just a little bit for me, that means that your hair requires being relaxed again within a certain amount of time. It requires you to care for your hair a specific way. It requires certain products. It requires certain tools. It requires certain delicacy, or a level of delicacy that you would not have if you were just 100% virgin or natural, right? So with relaxed hair, it does not like long period stretches between retouches. The reason why I say that is because you will start noticing that when your hair needs to be relaxed and you're trying to stretch it out, you shed way more. Way more. It starts to almost look like unhealthy because you don't know why it's shedding so much, not knowing that, you know, you have the right intention. Your mind is saying, okay, I don't want to relax too often. But at the same time, your hair has gotten used to this behavior and you have not given it what it needs. So that's just like, I like to use analogies a lot because I want to make sure that we have the same level of understanding when I'm talking, right? So if you have a car, and this car, we know, runs off of gas. It has a transmission. It has an engine. You have an AC. You have so many different parts of that car. So the car is going to be you, right? That's your hair. If you stop giving the car gas, eventually the gas that you gave it is eventually going to run out, right? If you stop maintaining that transmission, eventually that car is not going to work as well as it should, and eventually it's going to break down. So you want to think of your hair in exactly the same way, okay? If you are doing something to your hair and you stop doing something to your hair that your hair needed, not wanted, but needed, eventually your hair is going to do exactly what you taught it. And I always like to refer to hair as a person because it is a person all on its own. Your skin is a person all on its own. They all require different things, not because it's one body. Each part needs something else. So your hair, when it comes onto relaxer, if you stop relaxing cold turkey or you keep stretching them out too far, eventually your hair is going to say, okay, well, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. So clearly I need to either start shedding away or you're not caring for me. So I'm unintentionally starting to break. I'm starting to shed because you're not doing what I need you to do. Okay? So that is how you always want to look at your hair, as a person, as another child. Okay? This is another child. And when I say that, I mean that in the best way. Your hair is another child. Okay? You have to treat your hair as if you were treating your vehicle, your children, your home. You have to take care of it because guess what? You have it right now. You neglect it right now. You don't care about it right now because you think that his hair is going to always grow back. Eventually, it's not going to grow back. And then your goal in life is going to be to get your hair back to the way it was in 1997. Or my hair, you know, my hair was so long back in 2000. Okay, now it's 2022. What did you do to it for 22 years? That's why it's not the way it was, right? We mature. Our bodies mature. The follicle matures. How you know that the follicle matures? It changes color. Okay, that's telling you that your follicle is maturing. It's changing. It's losing things. So you have to treat your hair the way that it needs to be treated, specifically relaxer, because now you're in a delicate place. And this is not to scare anyone who has a relaxer, because I've had a relaxer all my life. I love my relaxer. I love my relaxed hair. Not everybody wants to be natural. Not everybody aspires to be natural. Honestly, being natural right now is a trend. It is trendy. No different from having a relaxer years ago was trendy. Okay? So right now everybody's focused on, oh, being natural is so much healthier. And I have clients who their natural hair is horrible. They stopped taking care of their natural hair because they thought that it was so easy and it's self-maintained. No, it still requires maintenance. Okay? So when you have relaxed hair, I do not recommend stretching your relaxer past 12 weeks. That's actually far enough. Even at 12 weeks, you're shedding like crazy. Okay? You have to listen to your hair. Not everybody's going to be relaxed at 6 weeks. Not everybody's going to be relaxed at 8 weeks. Not everybody will be at 7 weeks. Everyone's time is going to be different. Your schedule is going to be different, but it is really up to your stylist to understand your schedule as well. Okay? If you're going to a salon, which I hope you are, to get your relaxers done, to get your hair maintained, I'm hoping that your stylist cares enough that they have a schedule for you, that they are keeping up with that schedule. But it really ultimately is 100% your responsibility first. Okay? Your stylist only sees you once every 2 weeks, once every 6 weeks, once every year, whatever. So you have to also understand the signs of when your hair needs something. And then it is your job to relay that message to your stylist by saying, hey, my hair's been doing this, my hair's been doing that. And then our job as licensed cosmetologists is to now say, okay, let's do this, let's try this, let's try that. Okay? So we have to kind of work together when it comes on to making sure that we are keeping you on track, making sure that we are listening to your hair and what it needs and what it doesn't need. And I feel like now a lot of cosmetologists, because cosmetologists and hairstylists are two different things. I just use that term, kind of like broad spectrum. Cosmetologists care more for the health of the hair. Okay, just because you have a cosmetology license doesn't mean that you are a cosmetologist. It's plenty of us out here that have licenses and they have no clue the difference between a thioglycolate a thioglycolate relaxer and a sodium hydroxide relaxer, a guanidine relaxer versus a sodium hydroxide relaxer, right? Some of them, they have licenses and have no clue what any of this means, right? Some of them have licenses and they have no clue how to sanitize anything because they're using the same tools over and over again on each client. So just because you have a cosmetology license doesn't mean that you are a true cosmetologist. So keep that in mind when you are picking your stylist, when you are making decisions for your hair, because like I said, once it's gone, it doesn't come back. If that hair follicle dies, it's not coming back. So you want to make good decisions for your hair. I have so many clients, they're 40, 50 years old right now. Their hair is so thin or balding, and they wish that they had cared better for their hair years ago. They wish that they didn't fall into the trap of all this trendy hairstyling by these amazing superstars who have traveling hairstylists who can take care of their hair every single day, while you only can take care of your hair once a month. Okay? So what we're doing right now, I am actually using, this is called Fiber Guard. So this is to kind of help protect the hair a little bit more. I always kind of jump around depending on, like I said, the condition of my client's hair. I'm not going to use the same relaxer for everybody on purpose because that's technically why they're created. Good morning. I see everybody saying good morning, by the way. I didn't say good morning back. I'm rude. I'm sorry. We also talked about doing some color on her hair, which we're going to do that at a later date. And the question really, which she asked a very good question. She's like, so can I color and relax my hair on the same day? And I'm like, yes, but there's a certain type of color that you can use. Who can tell me what type of color is okay to use on the same day as a relaxer? What type of color? There's only 3 types of color. So which one can be used on the same day as a relaxer? And this is also something that we talked about in the How to Care for Relaxed Hair class. For those of you that don't understand your relaxed hair, you can go and find that class on elitehaircareusa.com. Let's see, who said? So first person was Shy. Shy, you are correct. Semi-permanent color. Semi-permanent color can be done on the same day as a relaxer. Okay, a semi-permanent color can be done the same day as a relaxer. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do permanent colors or demi-permanent colors on the same day as a relaxer. But what I have found is later on down the road, you start to shed more when you have those demis and permanents versus semi-permanents. Demis and permanents, they're not going to shed the same day. It's not going to be right away. It's going to be over time. And that's another reason why I stopped offering demi-permanent colors, even to my gray hair clients. On the day that they get a relaxer, I just found a more color suitable more for gray hair, where I'm able to do a semi-permanent on the day of their relaxer, because I don't want to create a bigger problem later on. So I'm not the mechanic that's going to fix your alternator and then break your transmission slightly so you can come back. I don't need that. I need you to come back happy because your hair is doing great. Now, who can tell me what makes the difference? What is the difference between a semi-permanent color versus a demi-permanent or permanent color? There's a big difference, and there's one thing that's different between all three. What makes them different? I think only my cosmetologist friends would know this, and I hope that my cosmetologist people on here, you answer the right way. Semi is deposit only color, correct? That is correct. Semi is a deposit only color. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. Okay, so crown body, you got close to it. So I'll take, and Jordan, you got close to it. Well, you guys were right, but I'm going to give you guys the way a hairstylist / cosmetologist would word this. Semi-permanent colors are deposit only colors. That is correct. They deposit only, okay? Meaning they do not lift at any point in time when it's on the hair. Demi-permanent colors and permanent colors are considered to be oxidized colors. When we say oxidized colors require a developer to make them work. So it requires a part A and a part B to be mixed together to make them work. Demi-permanent colors, they are deposit and lift, but they only give a very, very small percentage of lift. And when I say very small, almost none, right? Because you're still using a developer or an activator with that demi-permanent color, and it still has it might have 0.04% of peroxide, or it might have 0.01% of peroxide, but the fact is, it still has peroxide of some level, okay? Then, or whatever formulation they use to make it work, but it has a percentage of it. Permanent colors, we know we use 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and sometimes 50% developer to make permanent colors work. So those two are truly oxidized colors. They require a part A and a part B. Relaxer does not like either. Relaxer does not like either. Whenever you put a relaxer on top of permanently colored hair that required 10, 20, 30, 40, or even 0.05% developer, you are mixing that with something where relaxer can also create what we call hair removal. It now becomes a hair remover. So with demi-permanent colors, the reason why I said it happens over time is because, remember, this is an extremely low level of activator or developer, but it still has some. So that's why it's at a slower pace. Whereas relaxed hair, permanently colored hair, no matter if you're blonde, orange, red, blue, whatever, lightened with lightener, it doesn't matter. Once you put relaxer over that, it can take the hair out almost immediately. it can eat it away because it's creating a chemical reaction. So that's the reason why I don't do a lot of permanent colors on the same day as a relaxer. Now, if I did want to do a permanent color the same day as a relaxer, I would have to relax first and then color. Okay? So let's say you want to go red and you're relaxed. There's nothing stopping you from going red. You can go red. But we need to relax your hair this week, wait 2 to 3 weeks, and then we can deposit that red or lighten you to add that red. Okay? Relaxer and high lift colors like blondes, honey blonde, whatever, those typically don't go together either, even if we wait a couple weeks to relax you. I'm sorry, if we relax you and then wait a couple weeks to do that color, we now have to wait for you to get enough new growth for us to be able to relax you again. And then we cannot touch that lightened area with that relaxer. It will melt. It will burn off. It overprocesses within seconds of being put on. Okay? So if your stylist is telling you different, you might want to reevaluate. If you're wondering why your hair fell out so quickly, now I just told you the answer. Okay, so because she waited a little bit longer than normal, I'm not going to use my spatula to help pull the relaxer through. I'm going to actually use a rat tail comb. Chin down for me. The reason why is because her hair has grown out farther than normal. Okay? It's grown out farther than normal. So I want to make sure that I don't leave any areas unprocessed or under-processed. Now, I'm making sure that the teeth of the comb are not actually touching her scalp. I'm really just using the teeth of the comb to pull the relaxer through to make sure that I don't leave any unprocessed hair. And that's another reason why I also say do not wait so long in between relaxers, because at this point, we have to pull this relaxer through. Most stylists will just touch the new growth that they see, not knowing that there's a line of demarcation that you can sometimes not see. So you guys see me kind of starting from right here at the mid shaft, because I don't want it to get tangled in that area, and then you start creating your own underprocessed area. Let's do this side. How often should I get a relaxer? So we don't use the word perm. A perm is like a jerry curl. A relaxer should be done anywhere between week 6 and week 12. Week 6 and week 12. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, if I didn't, if you weren't on my live yesterday, today starts our $7 body care sale, where everything on the body care site is $7. There is nothing excluded during this sale. Everything is $7 on that site all weekend while supplies last. Y'all heard me say while supplies last. There's no reserve on that site. So the website is EliteTotalBodyCare.com. So all of our yoni products, all of our scrubs, our soaps, everything is $7. That includes our Jamaican turmeric line. This is our new collection. That one is also included in that. Now, who was on my live yesterday? And what did I say about processing? When does processing actually start? When you are doing a relaxer, when does processing actually start? And Grasshopper, you cannot answer. She know all the answers. Don't answer. Let them answer, please, Grace. Thank you. As soon as you apply, thank you. As soon as you apply the relaxer, that is when processing starts. Processing does not start when you stop applying. It's the moment you start applying. So that means that you have to be what? Quick. This is not a start and stop process. This is not a start and have your conversation. Stop and go use your phone. Go use the bathroom. This is a once you start, you don't stop until it's fully applied. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit right here where her very stubborn grays are, and they like to stand off the head. So even here, this is the same thing as color. Grays sometimes will stand outside of the relaxer, and you'll notice that your hairline has not even been touched. But when I do this, I cannot put plastic over this. That will literally burn her hair off. All right. How you feel? Good. All right, I'm going to bring you over to the shampoo bowl right there. Okay. Wash every 10 to 14 days. That is very true. So I'm going to bring you guys over here. So we're going to go over to the shampoo bowl. Let me make sure my phone is charging. It is. Okay. You don't have to lean back yet. I've learned so much from you. Thank you. Kissing stars. Wow. No perm, no relaxers. I cannot believe it. I thought y'all was done with perms. Why would we be done with relaxers? We're not done with perms. Perms are Jerry curls. So if you're going to use the terminology, use the terminology. Perms are Jerry curls. So absolutely, I am done with the Jerry curl, sweetheart. I don't have a wave nouveau. I don't have any of that. But relaxers will never go out of style. Not everybody wants to be natural. Some of you will literally struggle, cry, tears out of your eyes every time you have to wash your hair just because the world told you that you need to be natural. Lies you tell. I have a whole relaxer, will never be natural. I'm sorry. I have no problem doing natural hair. I have no problem working with natural hair because I work with a lot of natural hair. But I am not going to be natural. That's my choice. All right, so let me clean out my little strainer here with all this hair. I have no thought process that I will ever want to be natural. I can't do the natural thing. Not for me. Exactly. It's your choice. It is your choice. There is no rule book that says you have to be natural because it's a thing. Some people do it just because the world said it's cute. I'm not that person. Moisture. All right, so I like to wait for the hair to have a S pattern. And then that's when I rinse, which is like right now. So you guys see, there is a processing time, but it starts when you apply. All right, so let's go ahead and do our rinse. can't see your questions right now, you guys, but I'll go back in just a moment once her conditioner is on. Head back. Good morning. Are you Jamaican? I would assume so. I wasn't born in Jamaica, but my parents are Jamaican. So you guys see that little bit of relaxer that's peeking through right here at the top of her head? This is why you have to make sure you are rinsing thoroughly. Right there. Now, if you were doing this yourself, you wouldn't have seen that. You'd feel it later on, but you wouldn't see it. This is also why you guys always see me running my hands back here, because relaxer likes to hide in inconspicuous places, like right under the occipital bone. Come back. Let me put this on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze out. Come on in. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze out the excess water. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put her. You can just sit at the dryer. We're gonna go ahead and put her conditioner on. As you guys know, with this line, I condition first. This one is nice and gooey, so it swells on the hair. Y'all see that? That was a tangle.
No, tangles easily. I gotta cut it off. Cut some of it off anyway.
All right, so we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. Same with her, because she's salt and pepper. We're going to help to get that salt and pepper nice and light and pretty. So we're gonna use some violet colored shampoo. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse out her conditioner. Can her hair be colored right now? It can be after we normalize her, but with a semi-permanent color. Or some stylists, like, they like to do blonding on the same day. That's their choice. I don't like to do blonding on the same day. I mean, I've done it to myself, and my hair ended up breaking off months down the road. So that's another reason why I don't do any form of like lifting on the same day anymore. All right, so we're gonna do our first normalizer. I always like to make sure I go all the way around the back. I can see the front, I can't see the back.
Okay.
You can just leave it like that.
Okay. All right, so same thing as what we did yesterday. I'm gonna put my normalizer, and I'm gonna start now with my toning shampoo. This does not mean that I'm not still normalizing her hair and restoring the pH. I am, but I'm starting the toning process now. So you guys see this tangling that we have at the ends? That tells you a lot. That tells you that we definitely, one, need a really good cut. But number two, all of that nappiness that was at her roots comes right to the end. So her roots are nice and silky and soft. And then it tangles on the ends. All right, so when I mix the normalizer and the toning shampoo, I don't leave it on at that phase. I'll let it sit for just like a minute or two while I'm lathering. But I still want to get that normalizer off her hair. And then I'm going to do one more toning shampoo, and that's the one that I'm going to leave on for a couple seconds to minutes, depending on how bad it is. All right, so we're gonna get our toning shampoo. So we're gonna let that part sit. And then on the rest of her hair, because she does have salt and pepper in between, I'm gonna apply it. I'm not gonna lather too much because I want it to be like highly pigmented sitting on her hair. All right. So we're gonna put that in there. Got our towels here. This is really how you're supposed to be toning your hair if you decide that you're trying to get your gray back nice and pearly. The more yellow it is, the more times you will probably have to tone it. But what I do is I like to do it this way, where I only put it on once, maybe twice. And when I put it on, I don't lather it as much because I want all of that violet dye to get into the hair to start canceling out that yellow. When you lather it, all of the surfactants that's in the shampoo along with the violet, they start to lather together, and then it dilutes that vibrancy and that purple. So that's why you guys see me do it this way. This is just my way. Others might not believe it happens that way, but I 100% and wholeheartedly feel like the less I lather, the more vibrant and the more staining that violet color is going to be. Because remember, violet is a color, it's a pigment, okay? There's still surfactants that you have to lather, and now that pigment spreads out. I don't want it to spread out. I want it to sit. The last 2 visits, the back of my shirt got wet at the salon. I had a cape and towel. How do I prevent this from happening to me, the client? So it really depends on your stylist and how they use the shampoo bowl. That's number one. If they don't position your neck the right way, you'll get wet. If the chair is not positioned the right way, you'll get wet. So I really say just talk to the stylist and try to make sure that your neck, really the only part that's supposed to be in the bowl is up to the base of your hairline. The rest of your neck is not supposed to be in the bowl. So that's how you stop it. Secondly, you want to make sure that your towel is wrapped correctly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lather now. You guys see how much purple is left? But when I lathered before, there was really no purple left. That's the why. That's the why. That's the reason why I do this the way I do it. You guys see how much more purple it is? Look at the purple. Now, this is the lathered purple. This is the unlathered purple. All right, so we're going to go ahead, rinse her out. Pack, you are so funny. So guys, anything that I was talking in regards to the gray hair, I also taught this in our How to Care for Gray Hair class. You can go and get that class on my website at elitehaircareusa.com, where I go in depth about gray hair and pigmenting and staining and all of that stuff in that class. So I highly recommend you guys go and get that class. I think it's $27 for the class replay. And that's going to teach you all about gray hair and caring for your gray hair as well, not even just about the color. And also, who said that? L. If your stylist is not positioning the nozzle of the shampoo spout thingy or the sprayer, you're going to get wet. So think about that as well. If they're positioning it to go down your back, it's going to go down your back. If you notice, when I do mine, I push it against the head and I rub, and I use these fingers to push the water out. Because I don't like water down my back either. right, so we're gonna condition her so that we can detangle her hair. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Repair Me mask. This is also gonna help rehydrate and soften her hair. Okay, so she does have some tangling at the end. So I'm gonna start at the end. You know what? I think I need a smaller comb. So you guys, this all comes as a part of stretching out the relaxers too. Because remember, all that hair at the root, that's new growth, that's current hair, that's all of that in one. Even though we combed through her hair before we even started the relaxer, that doesn't stop it because it has to come down the shaft. So this down here became kind of like a dread. But we got it out. And finger detangling is not going to do it, guys. I know it's going to be a bunch of you like, oh, you could have finger detangled. No, baby. That's a dread. If that was the case, then most dreads would not be dreads. So you can spread it, but that's not going to stop it. All right, let's see if our wide tooth comb can go through now. It can, for the most part. You guys see where it gets stuck? It gets stuck. It gets stuck. Hopefully that was the last one. I think so. All right, that was the last one. So now you guys get to see firsthand why you don't want to stretch them out too far. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys shedding. All right, so we're going to use cool water and rinse her out.
Alright, so we're gonna take our towel, sit all the way up front.
I can change this one. They probably got,
Yeah, you can change it when you want to do dry.
okay.
Alright, just sit regular for me. Alright, so her towel is wet about right there, which was what was scrunched up behind her neck. So that's technically what you want. But the stylist has to be putting the nozzle in the right direction too. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of the Empress Collection leave-in spray. Nice and light. It's a strengthening leave-in spray. Is that the right side or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, that's right side. For the part? Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. So my next client is here. So let me do a quick consult, and then we'll come back in just a second.
Color for gray. Color for gray.
What color you want?
Just black. Okay, yeah, yeah. And I said a treatment and conditioner, but I wasn't sure if they all went in the same thing.
They're all the same. So you want to do a deep conditioner?
A treatment. Okay, because I plan on putting braids in my hair.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted no braids in there, and I wanted it to be strong enough.
Okay.
And then I just wasn't sure how to condition my hair, because they say you're not supposed to put like grease in your hair.
Yeah,
But I'm used to putting grease in my hair as a form of conditioning it, so I don't know.
Oh
how
no,
to-
not for braiders. You gotta go
How
nice
do
and
you
dry because they
prepare-
use product on your hair. So you can
Oh, so the product won't dry your hair out?
I can't tell you
Yeah,
that because
hard
I'm
to
not the
say.
braider,
Right,
but
right.
most times they want you to come dry because you might over grease it and then they can't make it tight or whatever. Every
Okay.
braiders have different preferences,
Okay.
but I know that's the reason why they want you to just come with clean blown out hair rather than you greasing it and coming.
Yeah. Oh,
When
geez,
are
I
you getting the
forgot.
braids done?
A week from today. Like, not next week, the following week,
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay, got it. Alright, let me get some color together first, and then I'll wash it. Solid black, dark brown, what color?
The darkest brown that you have.
Okay. No problem. Alright, you guys, so we are going to do a wash, a protein, and then a color. You guys will see how we do that process. Because a lot of you are doing it backwards. Alright, so we are going to get her prepared for her braid appointment.
So we're going to do a, forward just a little bit. We're gonna do a shampoo, deep condition, which is really a protein treatment because she's getting those braids done soon, and then we're gonna do a color. A lot of you have always asked me how we do that or what step of the process do you do that. So you're gonna get to see now how we do it. So first we're gonna shampoo her, and then we're going to protein treatment, and then we would do the color last. You do not do the color before the protein. You do it after, no matter what color you're doing. So we're going to start by saturating her hair thoroughly. All right, so because we're doing the protein, I'm going to go ahead and do the Moist Repair shampoo. This one is running out. And then I'm going to cocktail with my cocktail shampoo. Some hair repair. That one is out too. I swear I run through these things like candy. Conditioner, hydrate, clarify. Hold on, you guys, I gotta get some shampoo. Alright, so I just got some hair repair shampoo. I'm gonna add that. Okay, so we're gonna put these together so we cocktail. So you guys see I started at the end first, then I work my way to the roots. So I'm going to use the scalp agitator. Let me know if it's too hard, okay? You guys see it? It's going to get that blood flowing and any itch that she might have. Alright, so we're going to do one more shampoo using the Hair Repair and Restore. All right, so we're gonna do our protein treatment now. So what we're gonna do is squeeze out as much of this water out of her hair as possible. And then we're gonna towel dry her. When you're doing a protein treatment, deep conditioner, whichever, you don't want the hair to be dripping with water. So you want to towel dry the hair because the treatment needs to actually adhere to the hair. You don't want it to just drip off. All right, so we're gonna put this towel around her neck. So we're gonna use the Elite Repair RX treatment. Okay, so they come with a treatment pump on them. All I do is I go around and I just add a little bit to the hair. It does not need to be on the scalp, you guys. It goes on the hair. And then I take my hand and I go and I pull it through. And it has a little bit of foaming action to it, just a small amount. If you need more, go ahead. But you should not be using this entire bottle in 2 wash days. She is totally natural. This is a different client. Oh, you guys are confusing. They both had on the same kind of mask. It's a different client. They think you're her. They're like, man, she don't look like she got a relaxing. Right, because it's a different person. All right, so she's going to go under the dryer. I'm going to take you to that dryer here. She'll go under the dryer for about 15 minutes. At this point, I'll answer any hair care questions you guys might have. So get those ready. I'm coming in just a second. Okay, so once she is done under the dryer, I'm gonna put her color on. At that point, yeah, it's 487 people on here, but I only see 193 thumbs up. Technically, there should be 485 thumbs up. So I need everybody to close their chat and go and thumbs up this live. You guys are getting to see everything live and uncut for the free 99. Like, come on. Thank you, Grasshopper, for answering the questions for me. Grasshopper and Olivia and Octavia are my proteges in here. They know all the details. Is it okay to wear a sew-in on top of a relaxer? Yes, but not for a long period of time. You're going to shed a lot. Thank you, guys. What's a good schedule for straight naturals to wash and blow dry and flat iron? The same wash day as everybody else, 10 to 14 days. Love your products. Keep up the good work. Thank you, guys. so good to see how you work the water through the hair to get through it. So thank you. Beautiful hair. Doesn't look relaxed or damaged to me, but I'm certainly not an expert. Crystal, I got the orange soap, but you also gave me the white soap as a bonus. What is the white soap for? The white soap is just a bath soap. It was a gift. Some milk bath soap. Goat's milk. It's great for the skin, by the way. Blessings from Canada. My question is, I'm 53 with long natural hair. However, the front Harlan is thinning. Can this be avoided? It depends on why it's thinning. And good thing you're in Canada. We actually have a Canada distributor. Her name is Brown Sugar on my YouTube, aka Julian. If you go to our website, Elite Hair Care USA, and click Authorized Distributors, you can actually contact Julian and she will assist you as best possible. And she's based in Canada. Do you have an assistant in your salon? Nope. I need one. Can't find one. I don't know why it's hard to hit the like button. That's the first thing I do because I know I'm going to get educated in hair care. Thank you. Thank you, love, peace. I always thumbs up your lives before I enter them. Thank you, Teresa. Good morning, Crystal and everyone. I came in and thumbs up the video before. Thank you. When to use a steam conditioning? Whenever you want. Whenever you need it. Excluding a relaxer. I'm really thinking about a shortcut like yours. Hey, go for it. I love my short hair. It's messed up right now, but I love my short hair. Is hair grease and a leave-in good moisturizer? Leave-in conditioner is always great. Too much is not good. It builds up on the cuticle. Hair oil is great for the scalp. Can a facial steamer be used as a hair steamer? Absolutely. Why not? It's a steamer. It's pushing out water. Can you wash your hair with braids in it, extensions? And the reason why I keep my hair in braids, I want natural, and it's breaking real bad. It's breaking real bad because you're not taking care of it. You're putting it in those braids and extensions. That's not helping. It's not helping. Yes, you can wash it. Thank you, Elle. Yes, you can wash it, but it's going to still be smelly because that hair trapped in between the extensions and the braids will never dry. My natural hair is so dry, I can't get it to last an entire week. What am I doing wrong? You need to find out your porosity, number one. So you can take our What's My Porosity class, which that's available on EliteHairCareUSA.com. That's going to teach you about doing a porosity test, talks about tips and tricks with porosity. And then this coming Wednesday is our How to Care for Low Porosity class and our How to Care for Medium High Porosity class. How do you know if you need a protein? If the hair is shedding really bad. Crystal, do you have a link for the How to Care for Low Porosity? Yeah, class isn't until Wednesday. I love your videos. I'll be ordering some of your products soon. Thank you so much for your information. Thank you. Some of you should have received an email that our Edge Care, actually, this email went out today. I'll tell you guys exactly what it is. It's called Healing Traction Alopecia. For those of you that are dealing with traction alopecia, an email went out today and it's giving 25% off of our Edge Repair and Growth products. So we go over 8 different tips to help you heal your traction alopecia issue. Take your empty bottles and store them upside down and get the rest of the product out. I do that. I'm black. I do that in the salon. Why you think I squeeze it out? I let every drop of I don't care if I make the product myself. I still am not wasting any product. I haven't had a relaxer since January. I can't even comb through my roots and it's shedding. My hair is screaming for you. I want to make an appointment. Now is definitely the time. My hair is low porosity, so I'll greatly thank you. Did the water test. It works. Porosity test time for 15 minutes. No, no and no. Hold on, you guys. Hey Octavia, Crystal, what do you put in your hair to make it so shiny it's beautiful? Elite hair care products. So of course I use all of my own products. Goddess polish I spray on like every couple of days though. But my hair is jacked up now. Like this hair right here, this is hair that needs to be done, but I'm just holding on for dear life. Thank you, Lauren. Oh gosh. What's your take on eyebrow tinting for gray hairs? I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. Advice for those experiencing hair loss from having COVID. Do you have any clients dealing with hair loss from COVID? A ton of clients. You can shed for up to 9 months after having COVID. So I actually did a email on that. Okay, I don't like this new iOS thing. This thing makes you scroll from the bottom. It's aggravating. Crystal, my hair is damaged and I'm gonna cut it off. Which of your bundles should I get? Are you cutting it off in natural or cutting it off in relaxed? Where are you located? Altamont Springs, Florida. Sorry, you guys, I'm starving. My hair is flourishing. I have a before and now picture using your products. I'm going to block out my face. I took them when I was just woke. Really, Octavia? So funny. Oh, Lordy. And my next client is now here. I'm just moving and grooving today, aren't I? Y'all ain't giving me no break. People gonna barely know. So you guys are just with me for the day. Fine. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and shampoo my next client because she gotta go under the dryer anyway. So we're just gonna keep moving and grooving. Have to get in the week before though. Yeah, because I don't work on this one too. I don't work on this. So it's Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Yeah, no problem. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Sit right here for me. Say hi to the people. There you go. No, they're there.
Oh, over here. Hi. Yeah.
Hair feels good.
It feels okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's like, whoa, I'm coming too soon.
Because when we did your hair.
Just last Friday.
So you just decided to come today?
I said, you know what, let's get it over
Get the
with.
protein over? Sit up for me.
Yes, yes. Because I'll be gone on the 22nd.
Okay. Come on
I
back.
was like, okay.
All right, so we are doing a after relaxer protein treatment today. So we're going to use some Elite Clarify. Cleanse her hair and her scalp. Are you itchy? You itchy?
No, no, I'm good.
All right, so then we're going to do some hair repair and restore. I got to get this cap off. Uh-oh. Just broke it out now.
Oh, oh.
Thank the Lord I'm getting it done tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
So because I'm going to do a protein treatment, what is the next step? Before I put the protein on, what should I do? Before I put that protein treatment on, what should I do? Hydrate the hair? No, I'm doing that already. Towel dry. Thank you. towel dry her hair. Absolutely. You towel dry the hair. Sit up for me. Who can tell me why I towel dry the hair? What is the purpose? So I'm putting the Repair RX on her hair. Chin down a little bit. So the product can stick. There you go. So it can bind with the hair. Thank you, everybody. All right, love. We are going to go over here to the dryer. Alright, so my client who we just put the protein treatment on, she is all done. So we're going to go ahead and rinse her and do her color. So I already have my color in the bowl, not mixed. So we're going to rinse her thoroughly, very important, with warm water. Remember, this is still conditioner. But just because it's conditioner, this doesn't mean that this is a conditioner that you rinse with cold water. You rinse this with warm water. And you got to rinse thoroughly because remember, it is now binded on the hair. It's dried on the hair. Alright, so we're going to squeeze out the excess water again. We are not going to do the hydrate portion yet of the service because we're going to do her color first, and then we'll use hydrate at the end, which is the second piece of the Repair RX. That's going to be the second part of the protein treatment, but we're not going to rehydrate her until after the color. Alright, so let me get my gloves. Alright, so I'm going to put my gloves on. Got our color. So this is a demi color.
use my big brush. So you guys see where those grays like to hide? They hide all in the crevices back here.
Alright, so now that the color is on, I'm just using my hands to pull it through. Kind of like a ponytail. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through and using a wide tooth comb, just kind of pull it through. So all this is doing is helping to distribute the color all over and to also kind of just retouch her ends. Alexa, set timer for 35 minutes.
25 minutes. Starting now. By the way, I have a new notification. You want to hear it?
No. So I'm just rolling it together just so it doesn't get everywhere. Same thing with our front here. You okay, Mom? Alright, so then you guys remember the trick that I was telling you about? Where when you have a client who has gray hair, it's better to smush the hair together with plastic. So I am going to do that around the perimeter. So let me get a piece of plastic. Alright, so we got some biodegradable cling. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to smush it into the front, bring it around my back here, and then take my little clip that I actually have, I don't know where my clip went. Here it is. And then take my clip and just clip my plastic. So the goal of this is to help keep that hair down in the color, specifically in the front, because that's the part that likes to pop right off the head. And then I'm gonna go now and style my client, trim her, cut her, all that good stuff, and she is out the door. What time is it? 11. So you've been here since what, 9:15ish? Yep, like 9:35, right?
Yeah.
So she's been here an hour and a half. Max 2 hours. Your stylist can't do that. You can sit. You can sit if you want. Or you can sit there.
Okay. Oh,
All right, peeps. We're gonna go over here. Finish up my client.
Fold? Don't have to fold? Okay, I got it.
You know you always come fold my stuff for me.
I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you can throw it here. So I'll go ahead and turn on my iron. All right, so my client is now dry. This was my relaxer client that we started with this morning. She was under the dryer drying. So all I'm doing is just going through, drying any hair that wasn't dry. That gray is nice and gray and silvery and pretty.
Really see it now that you're right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna put the cutting tape on her so we can see what we're working with. So this gives you guys a better idea of what the ends look like. When you're looking at it on a black cape, they look nice and full. But when you see that difference on that gray cape, you can now see every sparse hair that's there. It's about 1.5 inches some places.
How much is it?
Hold on. In between here, some right here, most right here. So it's kind of like all three. It just depends on where. But if I start that way in the back, then we have to kind of continue that way. So in the back, it's about 2. That's kind of.
What I should do.
Hmm?
I said that's what I should do. 2 inches
Yeah, you
is what
can
I
start,
should do.
start there and then.
Is it gonna be at least able to pull back in the
We ain't
ponytail?
got 2 inches of hair.
There you
This
go.
is 2 inches of hair.
Okay, Crystal, I'm gonna
That
trust
was
you.
like 5
Do your
inches of
thing,
hair.
Crystal.
That was 2 inches of hair. You're talking about a whole shortcut.
Okay.
No, we are not
Okay.
going that far,
I'm
my
not gonna
love.
hold on
We
to
are.
the stragglers. Do what you
Yeah, we
do
are
what you
not.
do, Crystal.
She's like, am I gonna have enough to put in a ponytail? Really, y'all? That was 2 inches of hair. She she was talking like 8 inches of hair.
I know why you don't want to let go of stuff. You gotta let go of it, right?
Yes, it's gonna grow all back. You have beautiful hair, so it's not to say it won't. Now, with just this, let me pick this hair up for y'all, because sometimes people can't really see what I'm talking about. So I took all of the base off. This is all the hair. I just scooped it up with my fingers, okay?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, you see? This is all that all came off of all of that. She's not bald. Okay. We are all on the same page here.
On the same page.
Okay. So now we're just gonna go through and clean it up. So you gotta see it like with your 2 eyes to understand. I had a musician do like this in the early 80s, and the hair was almost to the center of my back, and she was going to clip my ends, and I got on the phone and started gossiping, and she turned. I'm sorry. I'm glad that was in the 80s. I can laugh about it now, but maybe. Even if I'm on the phone, I'm still funny. I know how to do a cut, and I know how to do a trim. This is more a cut This is not a trim. A trim is light dusting of the ends. That was not light dusting. Chin down. Oh, sorry. You want curl or straight?
You can bump it. We don't have to.
All right, so we are done with the cut. Also, overdue for a trim. All right, chin down for me. So we're gonna get a little bit of Sebastian Shaper and some Goddess polish. I really use it more for the ends than anything. Okay, so we're gonna do a bump. So I'm gonna actually use the red plate. You guys always hear me talk about the red plate. So we're gonna use the red plate, and then I'm also just gonna use the 1-inch black diamond down here while the red plate heats up.
Crystal, do you consider my hair dry? Like when you saw it when I first came in? Somewhat dry. Moisturizing shampoo.
Okay, so since we're doing a bump, you guys, I'm gonna do larger partings. And then I'm still pinning it, even though I'm doing a bump. You'll see why. You'll see what it does. So I'm using the red plate. This is a 1 1/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, 1 3/4 of an inch. What am I saying? 1 3/4 of an inch iron. So this is good for like large bumps. This is good for that. So for those of you who have like bobs or maybe you have longer hair, this would be your go-to iron. And if you guys notice, I'm making them really large pin curls. You guys can do the same thing at home when you're bumping your hair. And let's say you want that bump to kind of have a longer life. You want it to have a little more volume. You want it to be more flowy. This is the easiest way to do it. Let's make it clear. Crystal knows what she's doing. Not one customer ever said they got heat damage. She's out here helping folks regrow hair. You guys are funny. I'm gonna assume that someone says, "Why is she doing so many passes?" Cause I can and did. Y'all get on my last nerve with that foolishness. Okay, you give your boyfriend 1,700 tries after he cheated, right? Okay, 3 passes ain't gonna kill nobody. Y'all gotta stop. Oh my gosh, she did 2 passes. Right. Right. Wow. Whoa. All right, so right here in her middle where, like we always say, this is the flattest part of our head. We're gonna do exactly what we did yesterday. So we're gonna do an on base pin curl. Just like that. I see the comments are going crazy. These are odd people. Is everybody coming early today? What time is it? 11:07. 11:27. Just tell her to have a seat in the lobby for a minute.
Have a seat, please.
Oh, okay. Press one more.
With the green one?
No, the red one.
Red one. Yeah. Can you have a seat for a moment? I'll call you soon.
Press the red one again for me,
She
please.
heard you.
Okay, no, press it again so it will disconnect. Do you have a ring camera at your house?
That did it?
Press it once more. Okay. Okay, back to you.
No, I don't.
You don't have a ring camera? Because, boy, you brutal.
I gotta get
Have a seat, please. You brutal, boy.
No,
I thought I was horrible, but my.
Not yet.
Okay, extra early today. And on the days when I want everybody to come extra early, nobody come on time. All right, so this is our last piece. It's 11:29. Yeah, she's super early.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and poke it. I'm sorry, I had to laugh. Okay, Danielle, I was just being funny. That's all. She's like, that boyfriend comment took me out. It's facts though. Y'all want to talk about how many passes I do, but your boyfriend have passed through about 1,500 people and you still here. All right. So I'm gonna let this part cool for just a second, and then we'll comb through her hair. I'm gonna put a little bit more goddess polish, and you guys see how far back I am? I'm back here. Okay, that's how you spray. The closer you are, the heavier it will be. And then we're gonna use our wide tooth comb. Okay, so if you guys notice, when I pin her hair, I'm making sure that I'm directionalizing my curls. Now, this is not gonna make her hair like super curly. Okay, that's the good thing about it. All this is gonna do is give her some flow to her hair. That's what we want, flow. And then, of course, when she wraps her hair tonight, she's still gonna have flow. It's not gonna be just blah. You don't want blah hair. I don't like blah hair. I like hair with shape and movement. And every time you move your head, somebody's like, oh my gosh, that's me. Okay, and then of course, if she wanted it super blah, then I could just wrap it and it will go bone straight, but I'm not wrapping it. They say your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
So it looks so good and healthy. All right, people, she's all done. So I'm using some Sebastian Shaper for her hairline. I try not to use a lot of edge control anymore. Just kind of leaves the hair super greasy, and I'm not a fan of that greasy look. That's something you use later on. It's absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Wow. And then we'll finish her off so that her hair will kind of stay in place for the most part of the day. As the breeze blows, we are in Florida. She will sweat. And she is all done. Hello. All right, you ready?
Is everything electronic?
Yes. Okay. So you can use whatever form of payment you like. Let me update this that you got a haircut.
Yes.
That's your name.
Okay.
What's your last name?
Brazil, BRAZI. Yeah, it's an old school.
Oh, did I text your email?
You can email.
All right, I just sent it for you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
See you the next go round.
Okay, my baby. All right, you guys. So I am gonna go and finish up my last two clients. So you can sit right there.
Slide, no, slide, slide. There you go.
But you guys go check out the $7 sale on EliteTotalBodyCare.com for all of our body care, yoni care, and skincare products. And I will see everybody later. I will try to come back on live in a little while. I want to finish up because my clients are coming super early today. So I want to get out of here early today. But I'll try to come back on later, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, all of the products that I use today are also available at EliteHairCareUSA.com.